Okay, I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of the page editor in the back end so that you'll have this video to kind of look at. Knowing that we might also come up with a few different widgets for you guys to utilize as I'm putting the content in. I'm realizing we might want a couple different ways to display the content. But just for starters, when you log in, and you go to site content and then pages, you will see this list here, and this is where all of the pages that you have on the site will reside, and this is for the page type. If you're looking for articles or itineraries, they will be in one of these two places. All of the content pages do utilize the same type of system, so once you can use one, it's very easy to use the other. We just keep them in their separate sections. One, to help you stay more organized so you don't just have like a huge list, and two, this enables us to make a widget for, say, showing related articles. Because they're their own content type, then you can say, I want to show related articles here, and we can pull in those based on the category. So I'm just going to show you, I did already start a sample page, which is what I build basically for everybody, just so that you have a place to go and look to see what each widget type looks like. So you'll see I have H1, I have a video here, I have a content area, which I should put more text in so it's more obvious. I have our squares, our tall ones, and then I generally label them with a title so that when you're building a page, you can look at this and say, oh, I'd like to utilize this thing. So I'm in the process of building this out. So I thought I would make a little video for you just to show you how in essence to use this. And after we're live, I'll make another more clean video of how to use it. Okay, so when you log in, and you click on your page, I've clicked edit, you can see I have a status here. I can set them active or inactive or archive if I want to delete them. And just so you know, if you archive something and then you need it back, we can always get it back, but it just gets it out of your view. So if you have a page you're not going to use anymore, you can archive it. You can hide pages from the nav, which will not allow them to be shown on the desktop or mobile, but if somebody goes to the direct link, they'll be able to see it. The parent page is how you make this tree structure. So I'm going to go back to the list really quick. So you'll see the parent page of airlines and charters is getting here. So that parent page section is how you assign the pages to where they belong. And that part is not critical. You can move them around however you want because the URLs do not reflect the slashes. So we can move them around as we need to. Your categories right now are empty because we have not imported those in, but this is where, on the hotels page, you'll select hotels, and then any of the widgets that you use that pull from categories will pull from this page category. Your regions will be each of your islands so that you can assign the content to also be filtered by that region. So if when we create a Orcas Island stay page, we'll check Orcas Island and we'll check hotels or whatever, and then it will only show the Orcas Islands ones. And then we have the header image section. You do have the option to use a video as your header. We just need it to be loaded into Vimeo, and we'll put the video ID in there, so we can go over that a little later. And I know you guys once used CrowdRiff, or maybe going to use it again, so we do have the ability for you to use CrowdRiff as a header as well. And then if you want to add a new image in here, we'll press select header image, and just so you know, basically anytime you see that select image, the process is going to be essentially the same. So I've selected that I want to add a header image, and I'm going to click on this image here. It will pull up everything about this image, and then I will scroll down here to the crops, and you will see the crop sizes that are available to you appear in green. And we do have 2 crop sizes for the header for like major landing pages, like maybe like things to do, or somewhere where we're pretty sure more people are going to be entering the site and we might want to have a more visual effect. We can use this larger image, but I actually prefer on the interior pages as much as possible to use this smaller header size, but that can be something that you choose based on your processes and your design feels. So I'm just going to press crop image, and I'm going to do this 600 size because I've already done one of those. So that is one thing you guys will have to remember. You know, if a page has a 1200 size, then you need to select 1200s for all of them, otherwise it'll wonk it up. So I'll press OK. It will open this thing. So here it's telling me that the selected image is smaller than the crop dimensions. Because we have a header that goes all the way across the screen, you do need pretty large images to be able to crop them. The thing is this does not mean that you cannot use the image. What this means is probably for somebody on a big Mac screen, the image might be a little blurry. So I'm just going to use this image because I think it'll be fine, and this is just a sample for us anyways. So then I'm going to press, oh, and I need to have Dusty fix this because I can see this has a long name, so it's going over the top. But there's a save button here, and then there's this plus, which is save and select. So if I save and select, it's just going to take a moment to crop, and then it will take me back to this page here. And then I'm going to do another one really quick just to show you that if you happen to select an image, and I'll select one with a short thing that's not going over there so we can see those icons, and I say I'm going to crop it to this size again, and if I just press save, it takes me only back to the actual image information that we were just looking at, and I have to scroll down to the crop that I made and press select photo. So when you're doing this, I advise you to press the plus symbol because it just takes an extra click step out of it. So that's header images. Okay, so then we'll see here we have an H1, we have an H2, we have an H3. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add a new widget so you can see what that looks like. So this is where we're going to select what type of widget we want to add. When you see here, you have a nice long drop down of all the things you can do. And this is why I make the sample page, because sometimes I can't remember what a 3-column square necessarily looks like, or a 3-column tall. And so I use my sample page for that. So I am going to, just as an example, add in a new 3-column square. So this one, you'll see it says I have to press save before I can select any images. And then I can add items. So I'm going to press yes. And then you'll see now I have my options. So I can select an image, which we're going to want to do for any ones that say select image. So I'll just select this, and you'll see here's my green, so I know I need an 800 by 800, and I'll press save and select. I can put right here, whales are cool, and that will be the title that appears on the top. And then we have this cool link building system that will get cooler as we pull the data into your system. So a custom link is if you want to link to somewhere outside of the site, to maybe a partner, or you know, anything that is not San Juan Islands. And then all of these other ones, we will select the type of data that we want to have appear here through this system. And what this allows us to do, for example, if I select page and I say I'm going to have this go to what to do. What this does for us is it links us to what to do, but it links it through the database. That way, if you know in 2 years you decide to change what to do, the navigation to explore, this link will automatically be changed. So it really helps with having dead links within the site because everything is linked up through the database and changes automatically as you change it. So then I'm going to press save. I can also press then I'm going to show you one more thing, because it says once I press add item, it says, are you sure any unchanged changes will be lost? And so if you make if you do the updates, add the title and the page and all that before placing your image, you just need to make sure you save before you select the image. Otherwise you'll lose it. That's why I usually do image first and then this, just to save me from clicking too many times. So you can do save if you're still going to work more on this widget, or you can do save and new if you know you're done with this widget and you want to add another widget. And in this case, I'm going to go back to the builder so that we can see now the new widget will appear at the bottom. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Whales are cool. Okay, now let's say I want whales are cool to be at the top. Like, this is very important to us, so I'm just going to keep clicking this little arrow until I get it up to where I need it to be. I'm going to say I just want it to be at the very top under my title. Okay, so I've just moved it up there. Now it has moved up there, and I'll press save. And then, you know, if you need to edit anything within here, you just click your little edit button. So for this case, I'm going to get a content filler text. And I'm just going to go like this, copy and paste here, just so that we can have a little more in here. Save. And I'm going to go save and new because I'm also going to make an H3 that says below is a content area. Save. Now I'm going to go back to the builder. Now I was editing my content area, so that changed here, and then I added a new one and it appears at the bottom. So I'll just do my little move up until I get it where I need it to be. There we go. Now below is a content area. Now I'll press save. Okay, then I'm going to scroll down here and just show you that you can go in here also. I'm going to go into this one because I haven't assigned any images in here yet. So you'll see I can make this box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. I'll save that. I can go to select image. Crop image. One other thing to note is in the cropping system, you'll learn this tomorrow, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can move it around within there. So you have a lot of options that you can do with this cropper. Save and new. And then say, I decide I don't like this one. I can press replace image and just simply go in and pick a different image that I prefer to use. So crop this. Oh, and I like that crop, so I'll just go with that. And then same as on the editor on the main page. If you need to reorder any of these widgets, you just move them up or down and then press save. So nice and easy. So I know that this was kind of a quick overview, but I did want you to have at least kind of a visual of how it works and what we do. And we will definitely have a more in-depth training where you guys can ask me any questions that you need. But I thought it would be nice to just at least have an overview.